Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel, Lady D. This will be my video on what's coming up the week ahead. So I am going to be covering the new moon in Cancer, which is happening on the 6th of July at 8:57 a.m. That is my time here in Sydney. For those of you on the other side of the world, it will be happening on the 5th. Okay, so with this new moon that we've got coming up here, we do have a lot of transit, a lot of aspects, positive aspects that's happening with the moon. We do have it in tri to Saturn. And I always say, I feel like positive aspects to Saturn is going to help you through any issues that you have and make you more resilient. We've also got a sextile with Mars, so keeping control of our anger, our temperaments, our motivation. It is in Cancer, so it will be about keeping your emotions more inward. So if you're someone that gets quite emotional, you might not get quite emotional with this new moon. We've also got, we do have some squares with it. We have a square with the nodes and we have a square with Chiron. So the square with Chiron can bring up things that are sort of emotionally charged you up, sort of emotional turmoil, or things that have caused you a bit of pain, and it could rear its head, and it may have that, think about that, or have that come up in some way. In terms of the nodes, it's about your destiny, your life purpose, where you are going. So that could be emotionally charged up during this time as well. That's coming up here. We've also got a tri with Jupiter, with Pluto, and also with Uranus and Pluto still. And we have a sextile with Uranus and Neptune. Okay. We have a lot of aspects with Venus here. We have a sextile with Venus and Mars, which is good for love. It's good for being social. It could be good with money as well. We've got the tri also too with Venus with Saturn. So we've got three tris with Saturn during this new moon. That is going to be bringing up, I always say it's resilience to me. Because issues and problems that we have can be setbacks, and when there's tris and sextiles to Saturn, I feel like it's a way for us to bounce back, to get through the issues, through the problems, to be able to navigate through to get what we need to get done. And there's also that sextile still happening with Venus to Uranus, so that could be unexpected things happening with money or with love. It should be a positive. And then that tri with Neptune with Venus should be able to help you to see through people who are trying to manipulate you or trying to deceive you. You can sort of see through that with that too. The other things that we have going on this week too, but also with this new moon, it will be about the home and family, because Cancer does rule home and family. As I said, emotions keeping in. We do have Venus in Cancer as well. So it might be a time thinking about what you're going to do about the home, certain aspects with family here. You might be feeling like you just want to curl up in bed. As I said, Cancerians, they are homebodies, they're the nurturers, the homemakers. So you might have that kind of feeling happening as well with this new moon too. But also we've got going on this week. As I said, we've got the sextile with Jupiter and Venus coming up here as well. That's going to be its luck with love or money. As I said, we've got about the tri there with Saturn. On the 7th of July, this is when we're going to have a big square happening. This is with Jupiter and Saturn, a big square. And this is, I haven't gone forward to see how long this is going to be, but I have a feeling this will be a long transit, and this can cause a bit of setbacks, I feel like, because Jupiter is a planet of luck, with Saturn being the planet of problems, and with Jupiter being in Gemini and Saturn in Pisces, this is going to bring about stuff with mental health. We've already got that Neptune on that last degree in Pisces, so it's a very strong Neptune there, even though it has started going retrograde. It's going to cause, I feel, a bit of turmoil. I feel like with people not being able to communicate properly, or the way that they're feeling, the way they're thinking. Just in this last week alone, I've just noticed where there's been things happening to do with different media stories. So just be aware there's going to be issues in that area, we're dealing with Pisces, we are dealing with mental health, we're dealing with secrets, deception, and then we're also looking at Gemini. So I feel like it is going to be all about communication. So people are not maybe being able to communicate properly or communicate straight. Maybe there's going to be more things come out on mental health, or certain addictions can come out. We might find secrets coming out too that are not in people's best interest, whether it not be just generally or the world, we can say. So I'll talk more about that probably more next week, but that is starting this week. And I always say, we see what happens, we bounce back. On the 11th, we have also got the square with Venus and Mars too. So that can create a bit of frustration there. Sorry, it's Mercury. So Mercury and Mars, a bit of frustration. So with that, we do have the positives there with Mercury that are coming up that I can see too. So I feel like this is about bouncing back, but trying to keep your temperament under control. If someone's trying to push your buttons, just try and keep everything cool, relaxed. We've also there's going to be an opposition with Pluto and Mercury as well this week, and that can bring about some sort of stop in communication with someone too. We do have Mercury it's in Leo, which I forgot to cover last week. Mercury in Leo is when people think about, what about me? When we got dealing with Leo, it's like me. So the way people are going to communicate, or the way the world is going, generally speaking, is about like I'm very important, and it's everyone's looking out for themselves or thinking about themselves and whether people can speak when we're looking at the collective here. And about people wanting to get what they want or what they need too. Okay, so what I've got coming up here, which I've written down in my notes for this week, I've got face your fears. I do feel like this is going to be part of this opposition to Mercury. It is going to be a week of facing your fears. I feel like it's about showing up. So if something is a setback, or you're a bit scared of someone, it is going to be about you showing up, facing your fears, whether it be having to say something to someone, or you having to get something off your chest, or whether you're scared of something. It's about facing them head on. It's about being dependable this week. Be there, show up. The energy, I feel like this week the energy may feel like things are a bit all sorts, like a bit sort of crazy energy, but that's just going to be the energy, and it could be that square with Jupiter and Saturn. For here, be ready for great change. I feel like independence will rise. Now, when I was getting that, I was seeing more when we're seeing like people like the underdogs sort of rising up. That I feel like it's going to start coming up this week around the world. But here, stand up and make shifts and changes. Stand up to like bullying. Try not to freeze. With that, I was feeling like if something happens and you just sort of freeze up, it is a time where you need to not freeze up and being able to deal with that situation. Be ready and be prepared. I've got here, no time for games, just get things done. So it's about not playing games, get in there, get things done what you have to get done this week. I do feel like there's manipulation at play, but you can see through it. You'll be able to see through that fog. That's what I got for coming up this week. Let me just do some cards quickly. And then I am at Tamworth, so I'm in a different location. I've got a fair coming up this weekend. So if you are in Tamworth, come up, say hi. So for those who are not in Australia, Tamworth is a country town. So I'm in the country. Okay, so about 5 hours drive that I did yesterday. Okay, let's have a look at the cards. Okay, we're definitely going through changes this week. We are going through a step up. Whenever I see this card, to me, it's about work. It's about stepping up with work, or stepping up to a challenge here. And I feel like, again, it's about embracing change. I feel like it's going to be a lot about fears for this week coming up, like embracing fears. I feel like that's going to be coming up a lot this week. There is a sense of wanting peace or calm before the storm. I feel it's also going to be coming up. People, it's like forgive and forget. But I feel like sometimes when the world seems a bit crazy, we just need to hide away into our own little world. And this Cancerian energy coming up here can definitely help us do that. I feel like we are getting a lot of downloads. We are getting spirit. We are getting our guides talking to us a lot. It is a week standing up to bullying. This card can be about bullying, and it's about, as I said, standing up to bullying. I feel like, and with love, It could be a good week here for love, for dating, blossoming around you, but I feel this also could be friendships. And when we talk about love in astrology, it's not so much love in terms of your partner. Love can be anyone that you love, including pets or animals. I feel like it's not a week to show off. It is a week to show your independence. It's a week for you not to freeze. Like, try not to freeze up. I feel like freezing up. Try not to freeze up for some reason. I don't know why. It's like when my sister was young and my grandma would come out and catch her with something she shouldn't be eating, a chocolate or something. And me and my brother would hide it away, put it somewhere. My sister would freeze up. It's not a week to freeze up. Okay. I feel like it's a week for also to be independent, to be able to rebuild. It could be about starting new. Don't be scared to start over or to start something again. And I feel like as a collective, we're all trying to come together, but at the same time, we're all embracing the changes that are coming up for the week ahead too. All right, let me just see what else I can get, if I can get any downloads for you for this, and then we're going to do quickly 3 cards, and that will be it for this video. Let me see. This new moon is going to be spectacular and bright and shiny, for even though the light seems dim, the light within you is going to shine full and bright. Everyone here is going to see the changes within yourself and with other people. Change is going to be good, but also is going to be perceived differently from other people. Embrace yourself, embrace your freedom, and embrace what is coming up over the next couple of weeks for you all. Okay. All right, let's do these cards quickly. Let's have a look here. Pick out 3 cards, pick a card. I will do it quickly. So card 1, 2, and 3. Card number 1. This card here. With this card here for you, you are going to be busy, but the light is on you. The spotlight is on you. You're feeling very spectacular. You are a very busy bee, but you like a challenge. You also like to have a lot of freedom around you. You also want a break or a holiday, and you need change. You need to change something in your schedule this week because something new is going to try and fit itself in, and you need to make room for this change that is going to come up for you this week with this card. Card number 2, which is this card here. Oh, like a warrior here, angry bear. Okay, this card, you are going head on to anyone that's wanting to pick a fight with you or pick at you. I feel like you're not in the mood to be picked on this week. You are very resilient, you are very thoughtful, but people are taking advantage of you, or they're trying to, I feel like there's a bullying aspect here with this card, and you're trying very hard to beat that and to not have that happen. It's like a new portal's opening up around you as well. There's a new way of doing things. I feel like everything's a little bit crazy for you this week. You need to stay calm, cool, collected. Just try and stay positive this week with this card too. Card number 3, like a fish out of water. You might feel like you're the odd one out here, or that you might feel like an Aquarian, socially awkward. I feel like you're very brave though. You are only, it's like you're committing to things, like your commitment to things are halfway, not in full, you're halfway. You're believing what you say. You have a full-on belief system that's happening around you. It's like you're doing a lot of writing, or you're writing a book. You're shining very brightly. The spotlight is on you for this week, but you need to be different and you need to be independent with that card. Okay, so try to make this video quickly as I am away. I hope you all have an amazing week. As I said, I am here in Tamworth. So if you're in Tamworth, there's a club. A club, and I've forgotten the name of the club, but anyway, it's on my socials, my Facebook. Come down, say hello, and I think that it is. And then next weekend I'll be at Central Coast for the fair there, Mingara. So yeah, so I hope you have an amazing weekend, an amazing new moon. I just feel like this week is going to be a little bit different, a little bit crazy up and down, but there are a lot of positives as well as things that are going to come up and challenge us like every week. And I thank you for your likes, shares and comments, and I'll see you for my next video. So bye for now.